My initial reaction is that I wish we had a con man at this table to help us understand how you use the truth
right.
to be able to, rope in gullible marks, and how you can use honesty really as a weapon or a way to lower the bar for misdeeds. That if you can get people to accept, that you did this, you had a conflict of interest, then you're going to get them to accept a whole lot more. So I think in politics, we see a lot of that. And there's a very famous phrase that sincerity is everything. If you can learn to fake that, you've got it made.
Right.
And so I think when politicians can fake sincerity, that's really what the voters are going for. They want you to feel their pain.
Can we bring this down from
empathy?
30,000
No,
to the issue of Romney and why he might
Wait, I'd like to stay at 30,000 feet for 1 second.
I'm getting dizzy.
I think sincerity is more important in this case in terms of winning the political game than transparency.
What I like is that we're challenging the concept, or actually the cliche, that transparency is always good. Because what should be asked is, are you talking about transparency for its own sake, or transparency in pursuance of some other goal? Okay, so you gave several examples. I have one that I've read about as well, where those who are interested in bringing down CEO pay think that making CEOs disclose how much they make might shame them into and then give shareholders interest in bringing down CEO pay. But it has actually had the reverse effect. When you disclose CEO pay, what it does is stoke the fires of competitiveness among CEOs, and, oh, by the way, their underlings are like, whoa, wait a minute, if he makes X, I deserve Y, sending salaries skyrocketing. The point is, the transparency was supposed to be used in some furtherance of another goal, not just for its own sake, and it failed that goal. So in politics, back down into the trees, the question is, does Mitt Romney disclosing his tax records advance his pursuit of getting elected?
No, because the corollary to it all is that the Obama campaign wants to paint him as Richie Rich. In fact, I think they may bring back that old cartoon, or the one with Scrooge McDuck. I understand that, but they want it on a neon sign in every town square, all over the place. We all understand that Mitt Romney is wealthy, but they just want to continue to hammer this issue. There's no public good advances. Does anybody believe? There are some people also in the media you've seen advancing. There are some people in the media that have advanced this theory that maybe he did something that was somehow nefarious or even illegal. There is no evidence of that whatsoever, but they insinuate it because they want to continue this meme.
If he doesn't release the information, doesn't that look like he's doing something nefarious, even if he isn't?
Yeah, but should he have to?
Stigmatized?
There was a great movie, and I can relate everything back to a great movie, The Contender, where a woman was trying to be put up for a vice presidential position, and someone came across some nefarious tape of her from college and asked her to address it. She would not.
Oldman, actually.
It wasn't her. She had nothing to hide, but she also didn't feel like she had to address it. Is that this, I mean, the politically expedient thing for Mitt Romney to have done was 6 months ago to put out his tax return.
When he was asked in a debate
and open up his bank
account. He had that really uncomfortable
moment. Should he have to?
Right, but Etsy, let's face it, these charges are coming from a camp that supports a candidate who's been one of the least transparent candidates in American presidential history, President Obama.
Why isn't Romney turning that around?
Look at how Obama turned around the whole business with the church and Reverend Wright. And he said that he wasn't really listening to those sermons that he sat and listened to for 20 years. That didn't seem very probable.
Well, he got a pass from the media. That wasn't a fair.
No, but he gave a very big and well-covered speech that it elicited sympathy and sincerity. He sincerely was tackling the race issue.
Well, it helps when you have the media
totally behind you and not chasing the issue and playing the tapes of what actually was said there. And also, if I were Mitt Romney, I would say the college transcripts and the Harvard Law School transcripts should be fair game. Every other presidential candidate has released those, and yet somehow those are off limits. Why?
You can't call for that, though, and then say Mitt Romney doesn't have to disclose.
They should have an exchange.
He doesn't want to look crazy, so he's going to let everyone else point out those moments of hypocrisy. He's not going to.
Other presidents release their grades. No, it's about his grades. It's about seeing how he did in school.
Mitt Romney is not going to say that. We know that he is very risk-averse and likes to stay sort of outside of the fray. Those are perfect points for his surrogates to make.
She's right, and it hurts.
They are making those points.
He's not going to fight the way he should.
But I think the larger point also that I was trying to make here and that I want to make at the table is that all of this talk of disclosure and transparency puts the onus on the institutions instead of on the voters and the consumers and the borrowers and the patients to do more homework themselves. A government cannot fix a broken institution just by telling us more about it. That cannot be the end game. Nor can we expect everything to be solved for us by these sort of nebulous, philosophical ideals like transparency and disclosure when actually we have to become smarter. We have to ask more questions.
I don't think voters
we're making huge decisions and counting on everyone else to tell us how to do it.
I agree with you about research, but there's certain things that we probably wouldn't be able to find out. No matter how much research I did, I probably wouldn't be able to find out that information. I'm going to be honest with you guys and say, when it comes to politicians, I want to know. I want to see Obama's grades, and I want to see Mitt Romney's tax returns.
with you.
I want to know who they are. And if you
voters
don't want that information to be out there, then don't run for president of the United States.